Good morning, David and Kathleen. Coming at you with some exercises today, obviously. We got 2 band exercises and 2 stability ball exercises. Some of these are really just reminders, especially since I want to up the focus on that T in the pull through the upper back and shoulders. Our postural muscles are oftentimes one of our more forgotten muscles, and as you were talking about, Kathleen, getting them all the way back is really hard, so we're going to work on that a little bit. Alrighty, so the first exercise is going to be our reverse lunge and high row. So we've done that low row, but we're going to hit that high row as well. So wrapped around your pole or your support, whatever you have. We'll step back for our reverse lunge, just like we would for any reverse lunge. When you get there, those palms turn down. So in our high row takes that wide pole with elbows up at shoulder height, rather than our low row, which is elbows low. And then switch legs all the way to the bottom, then the high row. 2 points of focus. Number 1, get down into the lunge before you execute your row. Because if you start rowing as you're lunging, you're going to use momentum to do your row. And that's what we don't want. We're not going to get stronger with using momentum on our band all the time. So down and pause, big high row. The other is like we were talking about in email, Kathleen, trying to make sure that you can get your elbows at least as far back as your shoulders, if not a little bit farther. How far you can get behind is not just strength related, it's definitely flexibility related as well. So if we can combine using the muscles to pull, plus using those stretches to open the front, those 2 combined should really help your ability to open and get farther back. Okay, second exercise, also working the same muscle group, is going to be our fly, our T fly, or our reverse T. So we did this one in class a lot. Remember, lighter band, because your range is what's important. So lighter band, chest nice and tall, both feet underneath, slight bend in the knees. We are taking our wide arms, far back as you can pull, slow as you come back in. So on this one, even with the light band, if you can only get to maybe elbows to the shoulders, but you're having a hard time getting the hands back, this one, use a little bit of momentum. So use a little bit of a lean back to get them back there, but then slow release. So what you're going to do there is you're going to use that momentum to help you get to the position, and now you're going to force your muscles to hold, 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 hold. So they're going to be working what's called the negative phase. So sometimes momentum one direction to get you to the range that you want, and then the slow release, making those muscles hold that position, is going to help you as well. So on your T's, little momentum is okay, but as far back as you can, and then squeeze those shoulder blades and fight that return. All right, to our stability ball. We've got 2. I'm going to rotate this just a bit. Apologize. We've got 2. The first one being our pike up. So this one's kind of just a reminder, because you've both done pikes before, just an extension of our tuck-ins. But on those pike ups, most important that we've got shins on the ball, not just your shoelaces. If your shoelaces are the only thing on the ball, you're going to put a lot of pressure on your low back, and we don't want that. So shins are on the ball, abs in nice and tight, shoulders are over the hands. Try really hard to keep those shoulders right there. And then we're going to roll the ball in by lifting up through the abs and up through the glutes. And then slow release down. Abs in strong, draw everything up to the ceiling. Slow release down. All right. Most important on those pikes are where your shoulders are. So really focus on pressing those shoulders up over the hands the whole time. It seems kind of counterintuitive, but if you can press those shoulders over, they're going to help balance the hips coming up. All right, last one is a standing move with that ball. We're going to take a lateral lunge with an overhead press. So using the ball more as just a weight than anything else. So ball's going to be out in front. I'm gonna take a lateral lunge to my left. When I get there, chest nice and tall, I'm gonna press that ball up and try to open my shoulders and then return. Alternating sides, lunge, open, and return. Two things. Number one, you wanna make sure you keep this out of the low back. In order to do that, you've gotta make sure that when you're down in this position, that you are not cranking through the arch of your back to get that ball up. If you're not super flexible and your chest is forced to drop on these, your overhead is gonna be forward. It's not gonna be way back here because you're gonna have to get yourself into a funky position. Your overhead is just an extension of your chest. So if my chest is all the way up, it can go up overhead. If my chest is leaned slightly forward, that ball is going to press slightly forward. Number two, the elbows are allowed to bend a little bit. So don't lock them out and expect them to be perfectly straight. You got a wide ball and you're pressing overhead in a different position. So allow the elbows to bend so you can open the shoulders a little bit more. All right, guys. I hope you enjoy these exercises. Have a great week.